Our semi-main event is the Knockouts Championship featuring Jordynne Grace defending her title against Deonna Paruzzo and Rachel Ellering. Rachel gets hurt right away in this match when she gets caught under Jordynne's body. Her leg gets caught through a roll-up. I mean, we heard the grunt and groan. We saw what looked like a snapping leg at that point. We knew things were not good. But let's just talk about how tough Rachel was, saying she wanted to continue.
Yeah. Well, look, I know two of these ladies really well from NXT. I know of Jordynne Grace. I've met her a few times at some signings, but she was a real professional. We had a great, they had a great match. They put it together. We kind of let them do what they wanted to do, and they did that. Sadly enough, there was that injury. To Rachel Ellering, and I want to kind of go back and then catch me up, Ryan. But Pillman, Anderson, Tessa Blanchard, and Rachel Ellering, the four horse people.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, that's
you got
pretty
some
good.
Generational.
It wasn't my idea, but I'm not going to tell you whose it was. Steve Kaufman. So where was I at before I said that?
Jordynne, Deonna, Rachel.
Grace. So yeah, they were very professional. It was awesome. That injury unfortunately happened early on, and I actually talked with Rachel before we started recording today. It was a high sprain. It's not broken, but it could have been bad. We all saw it, and we're horrified for her. The shout started coming around me to make it a singles match. But I wanted to let it be her choice. I knew this was a big deal for Rachel Ellering. I knew it was a big deal for everybody who was performing that night. It was a big deal for me, and I wasn't performing that night. But I knew how important it was to Rachel, so I asked the doc and the referee, ask her, can she continue? I'm not going to change nothing until she tells me I can't continue. Look, I've been there. I've been on that side. I've been wanting to finish this match, and doctors said no. I've told doctors no and finished matches. So I know that this decision was totally hers. And with adrenaline and endorphins and all of the above and emotions, she pushed through it. And she pushed through a high ankle sprain that looked like it could have been a compound fracture, a Joe Theismann situation, whatever that basketball player is that did the same thing. I can't think of his name. But it could have been really bad. She fought her way through it and finished the match, and we talked about that today, what a warrior she was, and she was so glad. She told me that's the biggest crowd I've ever worked in front of. It was one of the biggest moments of my career. I'm so glad you let me continue. And look, I didn't want to let her continue, but I didn't want to stop her from continuing. And I knew she knows her best. She knows how she's feeling right now. I just spit all over the camera for some reason. But she knows how she's feeling. Let's ask her and let her decide. And man, she came back in, started hobbling a little bit. And I thought, oh no, is this a bad idea? Man, that stuff kicked in. That adrenaline kicked in. Yep. Emotions kicked in. And she killed it, man. She was there for every spot with a high sprained ankle, and that's a warrior. That's a warrior.
Yeah, she came to the ring for her entrance wearing a jacket that said "Women in Sports," putting over the proud fact of being women in sports. Yeah. And let me just say, what a representation she is for women in sports through her toughness, guts, courage. She put on a performance, and she should be proud about finishing that match.
Amen, man. Hey, talk about fight like a girl. They have that campaign, fight like a girl, man. Fight like a girl, think like a girl, be strong like a girl. Think about support women's sports, man. Yep. And that's what they went out there and did. They went out there and not only in support of women's sports, but showed you what women can do. And they were rightfully right there in the semi-main position. In my opinion.
You brought up the Fight Like a Girl campaign, and it brings me to a fight. Like I won't go into the whole story, but Super Bowl, I think it was 2015 or so, is when that campaign came out, and it was a Friday night before the Super Bowl. Hunter calls me on the phone. He's like, Katz, I really want to do something with this Always Like a Girl campaign. Can you pull off making a commercial and have it ready for the Super Bowl, which was 48 hours later? And now to make this even harder, as I get this call Friday night, the girls who were going to be involved with this were actually already at a live event, Coconut Show in Daytona. And to top that off, Charlotte and Sasha were both flying out for their first main roster loop early that morning. So we somehow pulled this off and were able to launch a commercial.
That's what you do, right? You're given a task and you go, got it, I'm on it, and you do it and you carry that out.